Good morning and good afternoon and welcome, croeso to you all, and thank you for joining us today as part of the Welsh Government's Diwali celebrations. Hope you're all well and keeping safe and healthy. Our session today is through the eyes of alumni, and I'm really delighted to have an excellent panel of guests with me to talk about their experiences of studying in Wales and about their entrepreneurial skills and how their time studying in Wales helped promote their entrepreneurial skills and developing their ideas and getting their businesses going. You may not be aware, but Wales's graduates are the most entrepreneurial in the UK. Universities in Wales are producing more graduate entrepreneurs per capita than the rest of the UK, and those graduate startup businesses are more likely to survive beyond 5 years. I will go on to introductions in a moment, but to confirm the format for today, we will watch 3 short video clips that our panel has kindly prepared for us, and we will then have some time for questions. So we welcome your questions. Please pop them below and we'll try and answer them afterwards. My name is Sarah Stevens and I work at Universities Wales on the Global Wales Partnership. Global Wales promotes Welsh universities in key overseas markets, including India, with a view to building new reciprocal relationships and collaborative ventures, increasing Wales's visibility overseas and attracting further investment to Wales. I'm joined this morning by a panel of distinguished Indian alumni. I will now ask you to introduce yourselves and tell us which universities you've graduated from in Wales. I'll start first with you, Arshad.
Hello, everybody. My name is Arshad Jasdanwalla. I am based in Mumbai right now. I'm speaking to you from Mumbai. I went to the University of Aberystwyth. At that time, it was called the University of Wales, Aberystwyth, in between 92 and 93. We have a family business here in Mumbai, and I'm looking at that right now.
Thanks, Arshad. Welcome. And Sankar?
Hello, everyone. I did my MBA from Cardiff University in the year 2010 to 11. And since then, I have started 2 companies in the prop tech industry. Now I have a company in the construction tech, and looking forward to talking to you all.
Thank you, Sankar. Welcome. And last but not least, Arun?
Hello all, I am Dr. Arun Raaza. I am based in Chennai, India, and I studied in Swansea University in the year 2007 to 2009. I graduated in Master of Research in Photonics and Communication in Swansea University, and my company name is Arcomm, Arun Raaza Communications, and we have a presence in India, UAE and Oman. We are into industrial automations as well as child skill development. Every year we train around 25,000 students globally. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. Great to have you all with us. We'll kick off with the videos that our panel have recorded for us. And as I said, there'll be an opportunity afterwards for questions. But for now, let's watch the clips.
Hello, my name is Arshad Jasdanwalla. I am born and brought up in Mumbai, India. I come from a trading and family business background. I went to Aberystwyth between 1992 and 1993 for my master's in business administration, and it was the best year of my life. The reason I chose to go to Wales was that, and especially Aberystwyth, there were many reasons. I am generally interested in nature, and I'm usually out in nature. I come from a very busy city with a lot of hustle and bustle. The college that I went to as well was just one brick building, a typical city college. So I wanted something. I wanted to have an experience of campus life. When I saw the prospectus of Aberystwyth, I was blown away by the natural beauty of the place, and also all the imposing structures of the old college and the National Library of Wales. When I found out a little bit later that the National Library of Wales was a very significant building in the UK, where it held a copy of every publication ever published in the UK. And there were only 3 such libraries in the whole of the UK. That was a big thing for me as well. Also, when I found out, how the university was founded, how the old college was built as a hotel, and the local community got together and funded the University of Wales as it exists today. That was also fascinating for me. When I reached there, I also found out that Prince Charles had studied there, so that was an additional bonus. I chose the Masters of Business Administration course, which was best suited for me since I was looking to work in the family business, and Aberystwyth offered that. Not just that, it also offered the choice of subjects that I wanted, and the flexibility of the course was the best that I had seen from all the other universities that I had got admission to in the UK. My batch consisted of students from several countries, from all over the world. Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, United States, Canada, Spain, Greece, Ghana, and as far as Fiji. The students coming from different backgrounds spoke different languages like me. I mean, I was also one of them. And we all got together, and it was a very lovely mixture of different types of people. In fact, some of our lecturers called our class the United Nations. It was such a wide range of people. So I was able to understand firsthand how similar we all are: problems, joys, fears, strengths, weaknesses. It was a life lesson for me. The bonds created are still very strong. I feel I have friends all over the world now. I need to highlight how beautiful Wales is. I mean, we hear about the UK and everything, but Wales is very less spoken of, very less visited. It is an extremely beautiful part of the world, and not just that. It was, and I was able to take full advantage of its beauty by going on walks, cycle rides. There was one particular ride where I started from Towin and went to Talafan Lake, up to Corris, back down to Abu Dhabi, and along the coast back up to Towin, which was an absolutely gorgeous cycle ride. I'll never forget that, ever. I won't forget the saddle soreness also after that. I also then need to highlight how warm and friendly the Welsh people are. It is something which, it should not be taken for granted in today's day and age. It's not just them being helpful and friendly. It helped me, build my own personality. It gave me a lot of confidence, knowing that the other person is going to be friendly in his response. And that actually helped completely shape my personality and the way that I live. I'm also proud to say that I have some very close Welsh friends, and not just the friends, even their families. I'm very close to their families as well. And I've always been very welcome, I always felt very welcome in Wales. So when I left when I finished my course in Aberystwyth, I immediately got a placement at Siemens PLC in Bracknell as a management trainee. But I did not pursue my career in the UK. I came back to join the family business and to implement the findings in the analysis. My dissertation was done as an analysis of my family business. So I was able to bring all that information back here to the family business and implement, analyze, strategize everything, and fine-tune a lot of aspects of the family business. I was also then given an opportunity to set up a subsidiary of our business in the UAE, in Dubai. And so I lived in Dubai for nearly 10 years looking after that. Since 2013, I have come back to India and I'm looking after the family business, helping look after with other family members as well. And recently we've been setting up another new business in Singapore, which is my current project at the moment. So my study in ABBA has helped me directly or indirectly with all the work that I've been doing in my career, as you've seen. But more than anything, it's the exposure to a foreign country, to other students from different countries, and that has not only helped me, but essentially shaped my character and my personality. So in closing, I can say that my time in ABBA has molded me into the person I am today and has expanded my horizons both geographically and mentally, and has left me with lessons and memories that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Hello everyone, thank you for this opportunity. My name is Shankar. I am the founder of Lattice. Lattice is an IoT based platform for construction. So we use low power sensors to automate data collection of various workflows, meaning people, assets or materials. That data goes into our AI and machine learning powered platform where we produce actionable insights so that now construction managers can build in a more safer and productive environment. When we were in an ideation stage, we reached out to to Cardiff universities, and we are fortunate that one of the faculty member is helping us build a solution. Going back to my Cardiff University days, I think back in 2010 we took few optional classes which talked about entrepreneurs, who they are, what they do, and how do they manage businesses. And this is where the seeds of entrepreneurship was planted in me really. And I'm also thankful that I chose Cardiff. It's a small city but vibrant with people, young, a lot of things to explore, and Wales is particularly very beautiful. Tenby, Swansea, amazing places. Can't complain. It was such an amazing time. Apart from that, we are also part of a startup academy which is hosted by Tramshed. We are understanding how to build business in the UK and get our grounds in Cardiff. That's it. Wish you all a very happy Diwali and stay safe.
Hello all, I am Dr. Arun Raaza, founder and CEO of Arcomm. I thank Welsh Government and Swansea University for this great opportunity. My life and education in Swansea University is still the best part of my life. Swansea University helped me a lot during my studies. Out of 400 days in my Swansea, more than 250 days I stayed in university campus in the lab and carried out a number of experiments and results. I contributed for a UK patent in the year 2008, and Swansea University funded me for IEEE Antenna Propagation Symposium in San Diego, and they also gave me scholarship for my achievements. And for the innovation double square globe antenna, I came in almost all the newspapers in the world. In the year 2018, I again visited United Kingdom to receive Mahatma Gandhi Samman Award from House of Commons. During the visit, I also came to Swansea University for a guest talk to engineering students. I visited the new campus and I was absolutely stunned with the equipments and infrastructure they have for engineering students. It is world class. I am pretty sure Swansea University will offer more innovators and world class entrepreneurs to the society. I have contributed for 30 plus global awards, and recently Swansea University encouraged me to apply for British Council UK Alumni Award 2019, where I ended up as a finalist. Wales is one of the most beautiful and friendliest places in the world. I have visited almost all the countries in the world. I still feel Wales is the best. Wales has got few of the best universities in the world. and it is offering world-class education to the students visiting Wales. In the year 2009, I completed my Master of Research Photonics and Communication in Swansea University, and I came back to India. Coming back to India, I joined Vistas as head of the department Electronics, and I also simultaneously enrolled for PhD in wireless communication. With the experience I gained from Swansea University, I contributed for more than 20 patents in Vistas, and I have contributed for 5 Government of India funded projects so far and 20 plus transfer of technologies. In the year 2014, I decided to launch my own startup, Arcomm, Raaza Communications. Arcomm is into industrial automation and child skill development. I was working, and at the same time I was also taking care of my company. Post my university work, I go back to my company and start my company activities. It was one of the struggling period of my life. I was working hard to improve my startup. In 2016, I innovated a product named Arcomm ATM Auto Controller. This device alternates between multiple ACs in ATM and cuts off the ACs, all the ACs during night hours. Per day, per ATM, it conserved around 8 units of electricity. We tested this device in one of the top banks in India, State Bank of India. They gave me 3 test sites and I deployed and showed the output to them. Now we have deployed in more than 4,000 ATMs of nationalized bank like State Bank of India and Indian Bank. So ATM Auto Controller became a major hit, and then I expanded my company to UAE as well as Oman. Coming to skill development, we train school students in artificial intelligence, robotics, embedded system, Internet of Things. For child skill development training, we are tied up with top schools in the world like
government planning like Narendra Modi skill development program. Are you planning to help take the Narendra Modi or Maharashtra government help?
We are engaging this his company.
Like NES group of schools Mumbai, Riyan Global School Andheri Mumbai, Riyan International School Sharjah, Riyan International School Masdar, Technology City Abu Dhabi, MCC School Chennai, Adhyayana School Coimbatore, and many more top schools in the world. Apart from training the students, we also produce lot of student innovations. Our students have contributed for park cleaning robo, book lifting robo, pollution control IoT device, AI-based facial recognition to avoid accidents, and lots of student innovations. Even after pandemic, we are into all new hybrid model where we train students online with do-it-yourself kit plus online training, which is highly successful, and every year we train around 10,000 students globally, which I am really proud of. We are in the process of enabling lots of student innovations and innovators from the globe, and whichever school I go, whichever forum I speak the importance of Swansea University and Wales, and I encourage all the students to go for better education and better life in Wales and United Kingdom. And like any other entrepreneur, even my life as an entrepreneur and startup company was not so easy. I faced lots of difficulties in funding, lots of difficulties in logistics, lots of difficulty in staffing, but I overcame everything with hard work and perseverance. And whichever students who are willing to be as an entrepreneur must be willing to put lots of effort and hard work, and first of all you have to believe in your product as well as yourself to become a successful entrepreneur. I will be more than happy to be part of Wales and Swansea University in any kind for supporting students as well as aspiring innovators in the field of engineering. And I once again thank Swansea University and Wales government for this wonderful opportunity.
So Thank you very much. Thank you for those fantastic videos. It's really wonderful to see your and hear about your experience of studying in Wales. So I think I'll kickstart the questions with a simple question. What made you choose the university you chose to study in Wales? Arshad, you mentioned in your video that nature and the historic significance of the university were factors in your decision. Would you like to elaborate a little bit more about that?
Yes, in fact, as we were just discussing offline, I come from Mumbai, which is a very big city, and I'm used to a lot of hustle and bustle. And Aberystwyth looked like, in those days we had just those brochures, and so it looked like a very refreshing change, and it was exactly that. It was such a beautiful place. So that was one of of course there was an academic reason as well, which was that in my MBA I was getting the best choice of subjects because I had done a business-based first degree, and I didn't want to do the basic courses again. And I think Aberystwyth was the only university that was giving me that choice of electives at the time. So that was my main, of course, reason. But there was this other very compelling reason of Wales, the beauty of the place, wanting to go to a remote place. Aberystwyth had 12,000 people when I was there, and out of that, 7,000 or 8,000 people were either students or related to the university. So it was literally, a full student town, 27 pubs. I don't know if I should say that. That was I found that out only later. But yes, going to a remote place, going to a place that I've never been to, going out of my comfort zone really appealed to me, and it's really helped me because all my life now I'm very comfortable to go beyond my comfort zone.
Fantastic, thank you. And Sankar, you went to Cardiff University, didn't you?
Yes, so I come from a engineering background. So once I did my engineering, I wanted to go pursue business. A lot of my seniors were studied in Cardiff University, so that is how I got introduced to Cardiff. And yeah, selecting why I selected Wales is because it's amazing, really, because it's fewer people, smaller city, not too much hustle bustle like London. And as Arshad mentioned, that we, in many parts of India, we come from a crowded environment, and it is understanding going into a new environment, learning, and other sort of things. Apart from that, I think as he also said, academia also matters the most when you're selecting and you're spending so much on your education. And from my experience with engineering and all my seniors, what feedbacks we got was, when you do your MBA, you get a very practical experience of what the real life scenario will be, from pitching to investors to doing your business model to case studies and other sort of things. That really was the decider for me when it came to Cardiff.
Fantastic, thank you. And Arun?
Yeah. I was into a technical background. I did my engineering in electronics and communication in Chennai, and I was into in-built coverage projects during my engineering life. I went to Singapore, Malaysia for internship projects, and so I was in need of very good top university which can mold me into a proper wireless communication engineer. I was told by a number of professors wherever I went to British Council and other places that Swansea is the right place, Swansea University is the right place. In Institute of Advanced Telecommunications, Swansea University, they had anechoic chamber and microwave lab. So I was asked by my professors to go to that particular university. So I took a Master of Research, and it absolutely matched my requirement. So as I told earlier, out of 400 days, 250 days, I was inside the lab working 24/7. And we contributed for a patent as well with my professor. So It's an unbelievable journey, and Swansea University made what I am today. And post my Swansea University life, I am still continuing whatever I carried from Swansea University with innovations, educating students, and so on.
Thank you. Perhaps I can ask you a bit more about that, Arun, about how you've stayed in contact with your university since you graduated, and perhaps what kind of support that your university's offered you. I know you mentioned in your video that you've been awarded all these amazing awards and scholarships. So could you perhaps tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Swansea University during my stay, they funded me for IEEE Antenna on Propagation Symposium, which happened in San Diego, USA. And Swansea University, they also taught me to how to write a research paper, how to write a patent draft, and so on. And Swansea, after my education in 2009 and 2018, I came back to Swansea University. In between 2009 to 18, I was in regular touch with Swansea University. We mutually helped each other whenever they wanted some forum for me to talk. I was helping them, and similarly, they also helped me a lot. And even if few students from Swansea University wanted some research help, I was always willing to help. And I also guided them in a few projects and how to write few papers as well. And in 2018, when I got Mahatma Gandhi Samman Award, I visited Swansea University and gave a guest lecture on innovation and entrepreneurship to around 100 plus engineering students. Yeah, we still are in touch with university.
Fantastic. And Sankar, could I go to you next? You mentioned in your video the support you got from your from Cardiff University. I know a lot of graduate startups receive a lot of support from universities in Wales and from the Welsh Government in terms of bursaries and finding work placements, for example. But could you explain a little bit more about the support you were given?
Yeah, so when we were in the ideation stage, we reached out to one of the professors in Cardiff University, telling that what we intended to do, what our goal was. And we are fortunate enough that one of the professor is advising us in building the solution. Apart from that, I just want to answer it in two ways. I think a lot of people here are watching so that they want to come to Cardiff University or any other university. So during my studies, one of the brilliant things was the library was always open. The people, whenever any startup idea, however brilliant or small it is, you can reach out to some of the professors or any professor out there. You can go discuss your idea. They will come back to you with a lot of feedbacks. And also there are a lot of sessions which are held inside the Cardiff University where they promote entrepreneurship. So they will tell you what sort of life an entrepreneur goes through, what is the product life cycle, how you can improve it, or sort of preparing you for the real world. And that's what's happening even after I have graduated. Now that I have working close with them, and also with the Welsh government as well, because as you mentioned, Welsh government is promoting a lot of startups, or even in various sectors. Like for us in construction, we are getting a lot of support from them. So yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. And Arshad, perhaps could you say a little bit more about how your course helped you in continuing with your business and career after graduating?
Yes, of course. So, again, as Sankha mentioned, there were a lot of these very good programs within, as part of the course, where you needed to give presentations, first of all, they teach you how to make proper business plan. And then apart from the academic tuition lecturers actually guiding you, there were also people coming in from from the local industry. So we had this company or the firm called 3i, which was the investment company, which so we had to prepare major projects. We had to prepare a business plan, a workable business plan, which involved real-time research, going out into the market, preparing questionnaires, etc. Which, I mean, till today, that I find, it's something that we took for granted at that time. But there have been so many boards that I'm on, boards of directors that I'm on, where this basic thing is not looked into. It's like somebody's got an idea and they say, I think it will sell. And it's this grounding that has really helped me take the right decisions, because we know how to do the research, how to read. Nowadays I read business plans rather than make them, but it's more it's that base which has really helped me at that time more than anything else.
And clearly you've kept in touch with your university since graduating and with the area, I understand, as well.
Yes, very much so. I am very much connected to Wales. I don't know. It seems to be some sort of a ethereal connection. It's ever since I went there, I made some friends who are very, very close friends till date. I went back to Wales for their wedding. I would go back to meet them nearly about once every 2 years or so. A very interesting anecdote is that when I was doing my course in Aberystwyth, my sister, who's 2.5 years younger than me, came to visit me with family. And she so fell in love with the place that she decided to also study in Aberystwyth. And so she did her master's in history there. She did her MPhil. She did her PhD. She then even taught in the university. It so happened that she met a man over there, and she's married there. She got married in Aberystwyth, and now she's got a house near Constitution Hill in Aberystwyth. So we are embedded, if you may say so.
That's a fantastic story. So perhaps for those who are watching who would like a little bit more of an idea of what student life is like in Wales compared to if they chose to study in India, perhaps Arun, would you like to go and explain a little bit more about your time in Swansea?
The best place, as I have told in the video, the best place to study is Wales, according to me. The people are friendly, the university will be friendly. At the same time, the quality of education will be top notch, and every facility is available, even though the city is small. So you can reach out to number of events. There will be lots of Indian events happening in respective cities, let it be Cardiff or Swansea or Aberystwyth. So a lot of both technical activities as well as student life will be lots of happening will be there throughout the year. And most importantly, you'll be having access to the in respective labs, whichever you are interested in. If you want to perform more experiments, definitely the respective department will be more than happy to help you. So if you are looking for a very good technical career, because since I'm into technical education and in Swansea University, they can offer you a lot of technical support and help in the respective labs.
Fantastic. And Sanka, could you explain a little bit about your experience and student life in Cardiff?
Yeah, so as I said, coming from engineering background, it's a lot of people, hustle bustle. And when I reached Cardiff, I still remember it was a small city, and we saw so many young people. And I was wondering, where are the people who work? Because in and around Cardiff University, it's all young people, all university students. It was something very different. And to the people who are watching, if you choose to come to Cardiff, if you're choosing student accommodation, choose Taliban Court, because that's one of the best place you can stay in, make a lot of friends. And again, the infrastructure, as Arun was saying, is brilliant. Not only you're getting a very good environment to do your graduation or post-graduation, but when you come to the student housing, it's completely separated. You have a lot of greenery around. You have a lot of playgrounds. I still remember the stadium India Pakistan match was happening there. It's just next. If you just walk you can just see the match from there without tickets. So it was an amazing experience, and anyone who is going there, remember to choose Talbot Court. That's the best.
Top tip from Sanka. Thank you. So I suppose following on from that and knowing what you know about studying in Wales and you know, what would you say to prospective students, you know, looking to find employment in Wales or to start up business in Wales? Would you and setting up a business in the UK and Wales, what would you say to that? Sanka, do you have any advice?
Yeah, so again, it's come from more practical experience I'm getting now. So if you consider London, setting up in London is very expensive, but if you're a startup, you're always, you know, wanting money. End of the day, you have to save as much as possible. Now, if you come to Cardiff or even Wales, I think in the last 10 years, there's lot of evolved. Now the ecosystem has become more adaptive to digital technology. So you can start, I remember, I know a few people who have started up fintech companies, and they've went on to raise a lot of money, still staying small in Cardiff. And at the same time, what we are also trying to do is we want to build a global company out of Cardiff. So again, the cost of living, and you have brilliant universities, so you can, you know, employ good graduates, or in some instance, you can also get good internship. You know, a lot of students want that practical knowledge, and they want to go and see, you know, out of their books and see how the real world problems are solved. And we are also doing that. We are employing few interns from Cardiff University and other universities here and there, just to, you know, give them a real-time experience of how things are. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. And you mentioned there that you're employing graduates. So as you know, India has recently launched its new education policy with a focus on upskilling Indian graduates to make them more ready for the world of work. What changes do you hope might come from the NEP, and what do you and your company look for when employing graduates for your own businesses? Arshad, could I go to you?
Yes, in fact, you know, upskilling is something which is very, very important for us because, of course, now in the last 10 years, education has become very important in India, which is probably why the new education policy has come in. There is a lot of emphasis being made in India to education, because as a country, it's like a natural resource for us, because we as Indians end up you know, needing to study. We have this culture of education, but there is also a lot of work that needs to be done in getting people who, you know, most people get educated up to the most basic school level. So giving them this additional skill is something very important, which as an employer, I would definitely view very positively. Obviously, a graduate is very well accepted. Being a graduate from a foreign university is another plus point over a graduate from an Indian university, simply because of the reasons that we mentioned before. The experience, the exposure. As an organization, I would like somebody to have a world view on things. And that really helps at the time of getting employment if you when you come back to India. It is a very important aspect, and I mean, you know, these obviously when the government is pushing this from grassroots level, we will see as employers people coming in who there will be more competition within that level, which will obviously give, you know, us as employers better quality candidates. We are already seeing that in India as employers. We are seeing many more better quality candidates. We are seeing less people coming to us asking for menial type of jobs. And we have more people who, even if they don't have the money, are willing to be sponsored or to get grants and do even vocational courses. So when the government is looking for this, I see that change. You may not have more, I mean, you will definitely have more graduates, but you will also have more skilled people. So that's my 2 bits, I guess.
Is that your experience as well, Arun?
The upskilling of individual candidate is very important, and the Indian government is launching Atal Tinkering Labs across 5,000 schools to improvise hands-on skill. Similarly, for my company, I would or any other technical company will expect students to be very good in practicals. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, embedded system is booming. The market is booming, and even if it is a finance field, medical field, or automotive field, AI is going to play a vital part. So our students, I mean, the candidates must be versatile in both programming as well as that hardware part. So integration of hardware and software is the key going forward, and the candidates who are willing to work abroad or in India must be equipped with both practical skill as well as the theory skill. So this is what I wanted to convey to the students who are watching.
Thank you. And Sankar, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I can just only say that, when you're a student, you have a lot of spare times. So understand what you're good at and pursue that really. And if you have a small idea also, you are in an environment where there are a lot of same people like you who wants to do something. So collaborate, understand what you do, and maybe have even a small MVP or a small prototype. So this can really help you, as Arun said, the world is moving to a hardware and software. You don't need to just code or whatever, but even if you sit down, you understand and try to solve a basic problem which makes the world a better place, can really help you in getting an employment with us or any companies who are there in UK. And also coming to the policy, I think India has understood that we are more than just doctors, engineers, and we are coming up with many other, we're just not limited to technology, but we are contributing in many other ways. So I think it was high time that there's some policy changes, and I hope there are something positive coming out of it.
Thank you. Well, it looks like we've kind of running out of time, unfortunately. We've just started the conversation, but very useful advice from you all. I hope that our viewers found the session useful and perhaps had that little push if they were considering coming to study in Wales. It's really been fantastic to hear of your news and achievements today. So thank you very much to you all. It's really been a pleasure talking to you today. For anyone watching, there's more information on our universities on our Study in Wales website. So thank you again, three of you. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is happy Diwali to you all. Diwali hapus I chi gyd. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Fed. Thank you very much for this lovely session.
Thank you.